Hi guys, it's Aston Reyes with the Experience Bar, and I'm here with another unboxing for our Nintendo Switch. So basically I picked this up today after I pre-ordered it, and it is the neon version, so screw you guys with the gray, neon all the way. And basically we're gonna go in and go ahead and open it up. So looks like we got this little flap over here. Let's open up this guy. Plug it in, set it up, need help. So nice and awesome little instructions on what to do as soon as you open it up. So let's open it up, let's see what happens. And it looks like wow, it's actually a lot smaller than I thought it would be in terms of just the Switch itself. Wow, this is actually really impressive in terms of size, because I thought it would be bigger. So let's see here. This is the Switch console. So this whole thing is more powerful than that fat guy over there, which is going to be the Wii U, which I'm assuming people know what it looks like. So this is what it looks like. To have a comparison, let's see what we have here. This is a Nexus 7. So to compare it, they're very similar in size. The Switch is a bit bigger, a bit thicker rather. And then in terms of screen size is a bit smaller. And then I also have the gamepad. So here's the gamepad for the Wii U. And you can see the difference of just how impressive it is. This is just a controller. It doesn't actually have any kind of processing in it besides getting the video feed from the Wii U. So this is a really great feat in engineering right now, because this thing is kind of ridiculous. It is very, very small. Okay, so then now we have the Joy-Con. So here is the blue one. These are actually a lot smaller than I thought they would be as well. So here's the blue one. Wow, it's really small. As well as the red one, which they look awesome. So funny story too, these are going to be matching my my Surface keyboards. So I'm actually kind of excited about that, because these are the general color schemes. Let me get those keyboards real quick. So basically I have matching colors. So basically the Wii U is gonna, or rather the Switch is gonna really fit nicely with the rest of my electronics because I have the same color scheme. So once again, screw you guys with the gray. So over here, let's see what else is in the box. Let's put this aside, or actually, let's see what the snapping looks like. So I'm gonna do this right here. Let's do this. Ooh. Lovely. There's a nice little click when it goes in. Awesome. All right. Wow. Wow. It's really put together when you put it like together. So that's what it looks like. Got the little kickstand. Let's see here. Not bad. And then there's a little SD card slot right there. So I will do this while we get this through the rest of the box. So it'll look like that. And then let's see what else is here. So that's the carrying case. Let's see what else we have. So we have HDMI cable. I'm wondering, is it designed? No, they got rid of it. So remember how in the, for some reason on the Wii and the Wii U, they really were into a design that had like a chipped edge. It kind of is on here. It's a lot more subtle. There is still that design with the look of how it looks kind of like an SD card. Not sure why they decided to design it like that. So Nintendo still has it, but it's not nearly as prominent as the Wii and Wii U in terms of HDMI cables. So here is the charging adapter. Nice little block right there. And a USB-C port, so that's awesome. What's cool too is that I already have a bunch of USB-Cs because my phones use USB-C. So I am going to happily be able to use that. Here we go with the, whatchamacallit, the grips, or I don't know what you would call this. I forget what they're called. anyways, they snap on to the Joy-Con. Let's see how it is to remove these things. Is there a specific, yes, there's a button. So you would do that, and then you would slide it in. So this is the plus, so then I need the plus. Okay, so we'll slide that out, slide that in. Ooh, okay, and then you would have it like so in terms of controlling. So that's cool. Let's see here. We'll have this little guy still kicked out. If anything, this kickstand does feel a little bit flimsy. I feel like this thing is gonna snap off eventually. But I'm thinking that there's gonna be a lot of third parties that will decide to make cases that are similar to like what you see with the iPads and Surfaces, where it's a case and then the case itself has a kickstand. So c'est la vie. We got the Joy-Con grip right here. Let's see if I have the other, yeah, this guy. So this is the minus for the other side, but let's see what it looks like to snap onto the grip to make it a traditional controller, if I can figure out how to do this. Yeah, people were saying that they had difficulties with getting these things. Oh, I can attest to that. All right, so let's see what this looks like. Snapped on, okay. And then this guy too. Ooh, okay, awesome. So that's what it looks like in terms of this controller. This is nice. And then see what else is here. This is the dock. So let's see what the dock looks like. So this is what the dock looks like. It's actually not as bad. Kevin earlier was talking about how the dock seems kind of, whatchamacallit, seems kind of cheap, but I think it's okay. It's not too bad, but I can kind of see his concern. And then in the back, that's where you get to hide all your little cables and stuff like that. So the actual thing is actually really small, the actual processing on it. So there's no docking in terms of like fans or anything like that. It's a very basic dock, which really brings the question, why the hell is this thing $90? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try out a couple of things, set it up. I'm also going to see if some of those other USB-C devices that I have will work with it, which would be pretty cool. And we'll figure out some other things that would be interesting, such as if you can use third-party HDMI out or stuff like that, see what happens with that. But yeah, stay tuned to the Experience Bar. Make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, and also subscribe to our Happy Hour podcast. And we'll keep in touch with more news about the Nintendo Switch. So I am back, sorry. I didn't realize that it was already pre-charged, so this is what it's like turned on. It asks you to to put on the Joy-Cons, and then it asks you to do the general setup. So just doing the general setup, English, United States, searching for my Wi-Fi network. And looks like it found my Wi-Fi. So let me put it in and let's see about this touchscreen. So luckily this time it's finally a capacitive touchscreen. So Nintendo consoles of yesteryear, including the Wii U gamepad, the DS, the 3DS, they all had a what is called a resistive touchscreen, which is the type that uses resistance to detect where the touching is. And there's a lot of downsides to that, with a lot of benefits and an understandable benefits from Nintendo's point of view. Basically, a resistive touchscreen is a lot cheaper than a capacitive touchscreen. And in doing so, they're able to keep costs down and really just mass produce them like crazy. Also, it's a bit more precise when you're using a stylus because of the fact that it's using resistance. So it will only generate something that it can detect with the actual pinpoint of resistance. So games like on the DS that uses a stylus, that's where things make sense. Same thing with the Wii U gamepad. It had a stylus and a resistive screen, so like this. The Switch does not come with a stylus. The Switch uses a capacitive touchscreen, which a capacitive touchscreen basically uses basically sensors that can detect an electrical current. So your natural body's electrical current interacts with the screen. It detects that there is a disturbance in that area, and that's what causes the reaction to be able to detect where you're touching. Because of that, you have the advantage of multi-touch. So multi-touch is available with capacitive touchscreens, because then it can detect the multiple currents and where the current is being disturbed. Whereas a resistive touchscreen, there is some cases where you can do multi-touch and resistive touchscreen, but it's one of those things where it's like, it's a screen, and if you touch one place and you touch another, it's not going to really be able to detect completely where it's doing. So that's why if you try to do multi-touch on a DS game or something like that, it's just not going to work, at least not work that well. So that is the advantage. Now, the thing that's a disadvantage a bit is that capacitive touchscreens, unless they make a specific stylus for it, like the Surface Books and stuff like that, or the Apple Pencil, you won't get that great of precision. So the Switch does not come with a stylus, so I'm assuming that they aren't expecting to make any kind of Mario Paint anytime soon on this, unless they decide to do like Mario Finger Paint or something, which would be fine. So let's continue on with this. Would you like to connect to a larger TV? We will do that later. Detach the Joy-Con, so hold and release by pressing the buttons. This is what it's saying, so you can just do that. And I'm still impressed with how small these things are because I was expecting this to be a bit chunkier and bigger, like typical like Wii U gamepad. But it is. I have no qualms about putting this in like a bag or something like that. So you can use the Joy-Con with the kickstand is what it's saying. So let's kick it out and see what it looks like when we do this. All of the Joy-Cons are probably not that charged. Ooh, at least there's some basic charge. Select your icon. Ooh. And it gives you the option for Mii's. Okay, so the Mii is not completely dead yet. Start from scratch, copy a lookalike. Will it not let me load up my old Mii's? It looks like it might not. Copy from an amiibo. Oh, so if I had an amiibo of my Mii, then I would have been able to do it. Okay, I'm gonna do that later. But basically, this is the Nintendo Switch. It is nice and really well built. The build quality is really great, and I am loving these colors. I am so happy that I got this instead of the gray. So I will catch you guys later. Make sure to check the rest of the experience bar and subscribe to YouTube, subscribe to our podcast on iTunes, and leave a review. And have a great day, guys.